Welcome to Beer and Books.
I don't have a can this time. This one's already open.
You got a bottle?
So I still wouldn't have been able to twist it, I don't think, right? It was not a twist.
You would need the opener for it. Welcome back to Beer and Books. This is episode 15. We've done 15 of those already, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a classic IPA. If you like IPA, this is a very well-known one. It's from Lagunitas Brewing Company in Petaluma, California. Yeah, and this is a 19-ounce can. But this is a great IPA if you like IPAs. This is one that a lot of people are familiar with, and you can probably find it in most states.
Yeah, most anywhere.
I don't think it's overly bitter, but it's pretty easy to drink. Only 6.2 ABV. And yeah, there's a little dog on the side here. Yeah.
Cute.
Definitely check this one out.
Mine is very different. This is from Zambaldi beer. This is
Zambaldi.
6%. Yeah, ABV. This is Honey Peach, a beer brewed with peaches, honey, and natural flavor. It's very refreshing.
Peach.
Yeah. What's in a name? We began with a base of crisp Pilsner malt and loaded this beer up with peaches and honey for the perfect summer beer. It's not summertime yet, but I'm still here for it.
Perfect.
Where are they located?
I think they're in Green Bay, aren't they?
Are they? Green Bay, yep. So very close to us.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Pretty local to us.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. They got some pretty good
Very
breweries
refreshing.
in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a pretty fun episode. We got a lot of new books to show.
Yes, we do.
We have some we got at a thrift store on Thursday.
Some we've gotten for free.
A couple we got from in the mail.
Yeah, so book mail.
And then we're going to show
all of our Aardvark books together.
All 6 books we got from the Aardvark Book Club. Mine came yesterday.
Yeah, and the first 3 came on Monday. So I don't know. We placed our orders on the same day, but yours was much later in the day. But even still, it was weird that it was that far apart. So
we're going to show...
Maybe one of these times, both boxes will show up at the same time. I don't know.
I doubt it. That's all right. It makes it more exciting.
Yeah.
Multiple days of book. So
yes.
We're going to start. We got a couple books we got from in the mail. From some...
Can start with those? Sure.
From some very generous authors that like to send books to us.
Yeah, it was kind of funny that one of them I had to think back of so I feel like I do get asked quite often. I don't always say yes just because we do have so many books that we want to read, and I obviously like to read ARC sometimes too, so trying to balance all of that. I don't always say yes. But I guess I said yes to this particular author, but I could not for the life of me remember when I said yes to her, and then I had to look back at our messages and I was like, we were on our way back from Minnesota with the kids and it was a very treacherous drive home, so I probably don't even remember responding.
That makes sense.
Clearly I was the passenger, I was not texting and driving. But yeah, I had to be reminded. So yeah, this is a cute rom-com. It's called Please Don't Leave Me by Emma Pathy. They got a cute cover. There's a dog in it.
Contains a dog.
And it is book 1 in a series. Ooh. So I don't know how many more books there are going to be, but it does look really cute. I like the cute cover. I can't remember what there isn't a brief description on the back. But it is about a woman in her young to mid 20s. I was trying to think of the trope. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. Oh, cute. She has, I didn't even look at the inside yet, dedicated to my Pepin. So her own dog. She has a picture of her dog.
One of the stickers she sent with it said
Pepin.
Pepin.
It does say Pepin on it.
So
that's
it's
right.
Dedicated
that's
to her dog.
Cute. Oh, and there is a playlist too.
There is.
That's fun as well.
Very nice.
Oh, a playlist. Nice. So yeah, I don't know how soon I will get to this one, if I am being honest, because I just have a million other books that I'm working through or want to read. But I always appreciate when an indie author will put themselves out there and reach out to us. And one of us at least tries to get to these books, within a certain time frame. It doesn't always happen, but this does look cute. And then this one I'm very, very excited about. We both are. I don't know how soon Corey will read it, but I'm actually like really itching to start this one ASAP. This is called The House That Held Her by Ellis Hart. I've been chatting with him quite a bit on Instagram, and he and his wife have 3 kids just like us, and they're very like similar ages. And it was just, cool that he reached out, put himself out there. He's really trying to make his Instagram something, making reels and really advertising his book. So this looks really good. It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
It seems very creepy.
Sounds crazy.
Has a lot of trigger warnings. I read all the trigger warnings out loud to Corey earlier, and I'm like, oh, he just put everything in there. But one thing I didn't mention to you that I thought was cool, I flipped to the back. And he has like all of these resources in the back too, that if somebody or like somebody or you needs help, like if you're in danger or it's an emergency, like he even has like phone numbers for like various things you could be going through, because obviously a lot of this stuff happens in the book. So I thought it was cool that he included that. But yeah, the cover's really cool. It sounds like a really interesting premise, and this one is supposed to release on May 11th. So yeah, I'm going to try to read it before it publishes so I can get a review up to help him out. Hopefully he will get a lot of copies sold. And,
check it out.
You can pre-order it right now. We'll have to remember to put his links in the description, because you could like get it for your Kindle, but you could also go on his website to like pre-order a physical copy. So
yeah, check it out.
I'm excited for that one.
Check out his Instagram.
Yeah, and
his
then
website.
I think he's on. Yeah, you can check out his website.
TikTok.
He's on Instagram. He's also on TikTok. I still need to follow him there. And then you could like follow him on Amazon, and you can follow authors on there too. And so we'll make sure we put some links in the description. Then we can show our thrift store finds.
So Thursday we went to the thrift store, and I don't know, we got a lot of thrift stores in our area, and we always check the books. And generally, there's usually some good books for good prices.
Yeah.
Like this
For the most
bookstore.
part, I feel like we find at least something.
Yeah, a lot of times the thrift stores is like $1 paperback, $2 hardcover, which is a great deal, especially for books that are pretty well known. And we've noticed people will read a book and will donate it right away.
Yeah,
or not even read it.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, did this person even open the book? Like, it doesn't even seem like it sometimes.
Yeah, because we've been buying a lot of books for ourselves, but we're also buying with the
intention to sell,
to resell,
hopefully like our longer, I don't know, more in the future goal is to have a bookmobile. I know we've brought that up a couple times. We don't know if that's going to be realistic for this year, but it's definitely something we want to do. So we've kind of started collecting books for that purpose.
Yeah, it's just fun to buy books. We're looking for books that we own and like, that we could resell. Did pick
up some that we already have, but then now we have additional copies that we can sell.
But also looking for books for our collection. So we did find some. We did find about, I think maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah, so we're not showing all of them, but then we're going to show ones that we're planning to keep for our
we got a couple here
collection.
That we're going to keep for our...
So this one was a crazy find, okay? This book literally just released. I don't remember the particular release date, but it was very recent. I listened to this book on audio and really enjoyed it, and I remember telling Corey, I'm like, but I really want a physical copy, because that's what ends up happening is I listen to so many books that I love, but I'm like, but now I want the physical copy for my shelf, because maybe I would go and do a reread and do it physically, or I just want it, because I feel like when you do, like, audiobooks are amazing, but you have like nothing to show for it, and it's the same when you read a book on your Kindle.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I want that physical copy. So it was my lucky day. I can't even believe this. First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, and I paid 99 cents for this book. Isn't that insane? And it's in like, I wouldn't say mint condition. I noticed like a couple things on the front of it, but otherwise, crispy, there's nothing I can find on the inside of this that is like damaged or like anything. So I would say this person probably read this one time.
And then got rid of it.
And I don't know why they decided to donate it, but I guess, it was my lucky day. Oh, I did just notice this right now. I wonder if this happened after we got home or it was like that. There is like a tiny, tiny, tiny rip up there, but even still, like, 99 cents.
Time to get rid of it.
Yeah. But no, that was quite a find.
Yeah, she was pretty pumped about that.
What?
It was a good score.
Yeah.
So there's a book that I found that I'd never heard of, but it was also 99 cents, and it sounds interesting to me. It's called The Feed by Nick Clark Window. So if you've read this book or heard of it, let me know what you thought. But it sounds very interesting. It yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic book, which generally I'm interested in. Their whole world was in the feed, and now their world is gone. So someone's comparing it to The Road,
which you still need to read.
which I'm also interested in reading. But yeah, so this is just one I picked up on a whim that seemed interesting to me. So that's always fun to do. So definitely not something soon on my list, but I think it was worth picking up. Yeah, it's a good deal and very good condition as well. So if you've heard of this book or read it, let me know for sure, because I would like to hear some thoughts since I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. This one, Corey really wants to pry out of my hands and have it for resale purposes, but I was like, no. Because I read this book ages ago, like in high school, and now I really want to read James. I think we've talked about that book on here a little bit, maybe in our like live episode. I know we talked about it on Let's Talk Books, which is kind of like I don't think they call it a reimagining though, because it's told from Jim's perspective, James, the slave.
I've heard it was a retelling.
Okay, I guess it would be considered a retelling of the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. So this is a really cool edition. It's got like this ribbon bookmark and everything, and I was like, no, I'm keeping this. Like look at the inside. That is so cool. This is one where it looks like somebody didn't even read it. They like bought it at Barnes and Noble and then decided they weren't gonna read it. I'm not really sure. Like when you open it up, it just seems like somebody did not even.
You can't even open it. It hasn't even been broken in yet.
Yeah, it hasn't even been properly broken in.
I just wanted to read this. So when was this? This was.
What year was this edition?
Yeah, so this is a 2015 edition for Barnes and Noble. So this is like the Barnes and Noble special edition classic of this book.
So yeah, it's a book I have not owned. I read it ages ago.
It has a leather bound.
Yeah.
So we had to pay up for this one. This one was $2.99.
A premium.
And we did end up finding a couple of copies. We did find a copy of Frankenstein.
And then a different one.
And then a collection of short stories featuring Metamorphosis. If you've heard of that. They
have the similar. It's like
similar edition, but from different years.
So I want to keep this one, but the other two.
But yeah, this has not been read ever.
I don't think so.
So this was a pretty good story.
Pretty good find, and I would love to give it a read because it has been so long. And I don't know if I'd read it before I read James, because I've really been looking forward to reading James. But I'd love to go back and read that, and it's just like a cool book to have on our shelves. Like look at the binding too. It's like really, really pretty.
We gotta still get the sticker off the back.
We do. We need to work on that, but
we will do that. We despise stickers.
Yeah, they're horrendous.
I told Katie we gotta invest in a heat gun. If we're gonna start buying so many used books, we gotta get a heat gun because it's a lot easier to get those stickers off.
Not even just used books.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
All books put their stupid stickers.
But definitely the thrift stores are like, we got rummage sale season coming up. Rummage sales are a great place to find books. Every time we go to a rummage sale, we check the books and. Not always, but you can find some books. You can find books anywhere.
Are we going to dive into Aardvark now? Or do we want to talk about the reel that we made?
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So on a couple different, I don't know if we've talked about it on this or on Let's Talk Books, but we've like alluded to the fact that we have tons of books that we've not yet read. I mean, I feel like all of us have that, right? But we've always been curious, like how many that we both have not read. So I did not count ones that like I've read or that Corey has read, even if like the other one of us hasn't. Like it has to be a book that like neither of us have read.
Yes.
So I decided to just randomly do that this afternoon. I just like started counting. And like we're down here. And I like after counting this shelf, I said out loud to him what I was already at. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is appalling. So then I went upstairs to our bedroom where we have more books in there that like neither of us have read.
Yeah.
And so the grand total of books that we own, and I did remember to count ones that people are borrowing right now that I actually have not read. Most of the time when I lend out books, it's something I've already read and I'm like, oh, I loved it, like you should borrow it and read it. But I do happen to have 2 books that I've not read.
Yeah, drop a comment quick below what you think the number is.
Yeah. So
let's leave a minute so
you should take a guess.
Drop a comment. How many books do you think?
And see if you're right.
I mean, it was definitely It was about 100 more than I was thinking.
Yeah.
In my mind.
I feel like it was more than I thought.
I was thinking a different number, and so I was a little surprised.
All right, are you ready? Drum roll. 415 books, and this is physical books, so I didn't count anything that's like on my Kindle. Or
it was 416 after you got the Ellis hard book.
416.
Yeah.
After that one. So I think I counted correctly, and that's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a couple.
So we made a funny reel that was like, making fun of ourselves for like, we have this book or we needed it, but
we haven't read it yet.
So
we had what was the line?
Yeah, I came up with it earlier because we wanted to do something different than what was trending a while
back. Said we
back.
need it, but still need to read it. Something like that.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, said I need it, but still need to read it. Yeah.
Still haven't read. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So if you
we need to get reading.
If you want to drop,
slow down on the buying and do some more reading.
Yeah, drop your number. How many you got? People were sharing it on Instagram, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, some people were like, "The limit does not exist." Somebody called us amateurs actually.
I
thought that number was very high, but apparently not for some people. And then I think she said something like, "Doing what I can to help the economy."
You gotta support.
Yep.
Support local authors,
sure.
bookstores.
Yep. Do that if you can. Yep. When you can, if you can. Mm-hmm. And Aardvark. We love Aardvark, even though we get a pretty sweet deal on our end, but they are awesome. So we'll definitely show all of them together, because when we showed the 3 that came, I think for Let's Talk Books, right? Yeah. So we did not have the other 3.
We've been teasing this count for a while, and kind of I think we've just been nervous to do it, or like didn't want to take the time to count.
I know, but it didn't really take me that long.
No, it didn't.
I mean, it's a lot of books, but it didn't actually take me that long to count them.
Yeah, it's obviously easier to accumulate books than it is to read them. I always joke that you should have like a 2-to-1 ratio. I mean, we're probably
ours is much higher than that.
I don't know. We'll see. We might be around a 3-to-1
ratio.
ratio.
Saying like we buy so many per one that we read.
Well, it's 2-to-1. So you have 2 unread books for each read book.
Yeah.
So do you think we have
it's more than that.
Think we have 200 read books?
No.
Upstairs?
I don't even think
Yeah.
so. That's what we should count next.
We're probably about a 3-to-1 ratio.
I don't even know if that's true. And we would have to count. Well, how would we do that then? It would be very few if we were counting ones we've both read, because you just got into reading more recently. So we'd have to. Most of them would be books that
it would just be books that one of us has read.
Yeah, one of us. Yeah. We'll have to keep you posted on that.
Yeah. So drop your comment below how many you have. I mean, because it's a good.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Well, because we did a total not too long ago, of like all the books we have, whether they've been read or not, and I included our children's books, and so we do have. We do qualify as a home library because it has to be over 1,000 books, and we have over 1,000 books in our house,
including kids' books.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're probably at about.
I'm wondering what it is.
We're probably at about 600 of our books.
Probably.
Which is pretty good.
Yep.
And that's good.
Because that's still a goal that I still want it to be like without kids' books. I still would like to have 1,000. Like of just.
I mean, at the rate we're going, it won't be long.
Yeah,
it won't be long.
It will happen.
But with that being said, we're going to show 6 new books from Aardvark.
Yes.
So all but one of these books are new titles for this month. So any of the 5 titles we're going to show, you can get with our link, Married Bookworms, for only $4. Which is an amazing deal. That's the deal of a century.
Yes, there were 2 we didn't pick. So actually, because they ended up with 7 choices, because they brought one back that had like gone out of stock a long time ago, and they brought it back as a special edition. So in case you missed Let's Talk Books, you can see them now, because 2 of these are like incredible special editions. But then there were 2 main picks that we did not add. But if you go on the website, you can obviously see all of them then.
Yeah. So if you're new to Aardvark, you can get your first book for $4, as long as it's one of the monthly main picks. And then add-ons are always only $9.99.
Yep.
So you can add on 2 books. So your first box, you get 3 books for $24.
Yeah.
Which is less than one.
Shipping is always free.
Shipping is free, and so that's less than one new book at your local bookstore.
And these are incredible hardcover.
Very quality books. So we're gonna show you what we got.
Yes. All right, what should we start with?
Let's just.
Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's show this one first.
Okay.
So this is one I almost didn't pick, but I'm glad I did.
I really want to read
After
it too.
kind of looking more into the book and reading more about it, I was like,
really
this actually sounds really good.
The cover is really awesome.
The name's a little odd, and it threw me off a little bit. So, Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zhang. Yeah, so this sounds pretty cool. A compelling, gory, ghostly romp from Paul Tremblay.
It has like the pandemic written all over it, basically.
It
like
is,
a very like, I don't know. It looks really good.
A wildly original, darkly humorous, and submersive horror novel for fans of The Only Good Indians and The Eyes of the Best Part.
Which we both very much liked. We've not read The Only Good Indians, which is by Stephen Graham Jones, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Cora Zhang is a crime scene cleaner washing away the remains of brutal... I won't say that.
Murders.
Yeah. But yeah. So, it's a long time. It's a long
kind
thing.
of a long thing.
But yeah,
you should check
look into this book. I think it sounds interesting. I know a lot of people who got from Aardvark. This is one they added. It just sounds very interesting, very good. It's got a lot of really good praise on the back. Yeah. So, very intriguing book. So this is one you could get for $4 with your first pick because it's one of their new titles.
Yeah.
Grady Hendrix liked it.
Yeah.
So
it looks really interesting.
Yeah, and Aardvark they're good at picking interesting books.
I mean, I feel like they do a good job having a variety all the time, but I would say they really lean heavily into horror books. They really like
horrors and thrillers.
and
just like
unhinged,
unusual thrillers or horror.
Yeah, but that's what makes
but
them
generally
so special.
Good and maybe lesser known.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is what we like about them a lot.
This next one, I mean, granted, I'm excited about all of them, but I think this one sounds riveting. And what's cool is it takes place in the matter of one day. So I'm really intrigued by books like that because I feel like that would be hard to do. I don't know, like as an author.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know, because you're like trying to pack because you're still writing a whole book, but like all of it takes place, over one. Good. I don't know. I feel like that might be more challenging than if you write something that takes place over time. But this is by Emma Patty. That seems right. It's called Tilt, and this has like such a cool, like simple cover. And I think they call this. I think this is a thriller. Annie is 9 months pregnant. She's shopping for a crib at IKEA. That's when the massive earthquake hits. There's nothing to do but walk. Yeah, it just seems, I don't know, it just seems really interesting. I feel like I was reading a bunch of the praise on the back, and somebody like easily read it in one sitting. Like I probably could, because it's a pretty short book.
It's less than 300 pages.
Oh, yeah, we gotta show the.
Hold on. I love this one.
This one. This is fun. This is yellow and orange, and look at there's like a little birdie on the binding too.
Yeah, I like this cover for Bat Eater. These colors are amazing.
Yeah, those are cool.
And then it has the little.
We always gotta show.
It has the little bat on the.
I know.
With the
I
blue.
love when they put the little details.
Yeah,
on
and this isn't a big book either. This one.
It's pretty.
This one is I think just under 3. Yeah. Before the author's notes, it's $2.98. So very readable.
Yeah.
Very nice. So yeah, check both those out. Those are both.
Yep.
And here's a third one that I got in my box here. It's called.
He's the he wrote a different book that Aardvark had a long time ago.
Yeah.
But
so this is called Dissolution by Nicholas Binge. Yeah, so he wrote a book called Ascension that we have that we haven't read yet either, but.
Yeah, we had to get it elsewhere. But Aardvark did carry it, but then did not bring it back. So when I saw that this was going to be a pick, I was like, oh, the author sounds really familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, because he wrote Ascension.
This is a really attractive book.
It looks really cool.
and let's look
Do
at
we know much? I'm gonna say, do we know much about the story? Because I don't remember if I read much about it. I just was like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be good. Because I was interested in it.
An outstanding
Ascension,
puzzle
too.
box of a novel. Thrilling, intelligent sci-fi with a touch of horror and a triumphant conclusion that made me want to punch the air in delight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen King.
Stephen
Oh,
King.
that was for Ascension.
He liked Ascension.
Yeah, the other book.
But yeah, I love to look at this book. It sounds...
Some memories aren't lost, they're stolen.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting. I'm interested in reading both his books. They're both very interesting to me.
Yeah,
So definitely want to add to your TBR.
Disillusion.
You want to add all these to the TBR. But yeah, grab it for $4.
these next ones, I did show when we came on Monday, but yeah, in case you missed it, or you can see them again. These are the special editions that I was talking about. These are absolutely gorgeous. So this one I'll start with because this is the first one in the series. I guess I don't know if they're going to be more or not, or maybe it's a duology. I'm not sure. But this is called The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. And yeah, this is the one they had available a long time ago, and I remember kicking myself for not grabbing it because yeah, it went out of stock and I was like, so sad. So they brought it back, and nothing's different about the dust jacket, but look at what they did for the actual book. It's like a foil cover. It's gold. That's really cool. So this is a how did they describe it? Like a fantasy mystery?
Yeah.
Yeah. A Holmes and Watson style detective duo take the stage in this fantasy with a mystery twist from the Edgar-winning, multiple Hugo-nominated Robert Jackson Bennett. So I'm very intrigued. And like, look at the binding too. It's so pretty. And then now here is the sequel that they had available right along with it. So I would imagine these would have gone really fast. Like, so I went on like right away to make sure to order them. So the sequel is A Drop of Corruption. Let's see what it says. The eccentric detective Anna Delabra matches wits with a seemingly omniscient adversary in this brilliant fantasy mystery from the author of The Tainted Cup. So then this one looks like this. So it's like silver.
With the silver foil.
It's so
Those
pretty.
are nice books.
Yeah, so I guess I can't promise that these are still available, but you can look for sure.
Yeah, check them out. Check them out.
But yeah, look at the binding on that one too. So
You could get it. You could get them both.
Yeah, hopefully.
One-
if they have not
Yes.
gone too quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have not gone on to check that or anything.
You should have checked that out first, but that's all right.
But hey.
Take a peek. Take a peek.
You should look.
If you're interested, take
Yes.
a look.
I mean, technically, we are showing all of these not knowing for sure what the availability is on them.
That's why you need to look for yourself.
Did you look before you
And
talked
pick one
about
out.
these?
No.
No.
I want...
Wah, wah. But yes, you should definitely go on. I would be shocked if, like, yeah, somehow none of these were available. It's just that, yeah, some of them do end up being more popular than others.
Correct.
And they are a smaller company than, like, Book of the Month. I'm sure you're aware of Book of the Month. They've been around a lot longer. So I'm sure Aardvark will get there, like, where they, get more books, like, right from the get-go.
Yeah.
And, like, won't go out of stock as much or whatever, or we'll be able to get more easily. This one is not a main choice. It was one from like a previous month that I've had my eyes on for a really, really long time.
That one is still available.
And yes, How to Hide in Plain Sight by Emma Noyes. So I was very thrilled to see this one was still available, even though it came out quite a while ago. I don't remember what month it would have been in or anything. But yeah, I started this one already, which is crazy because that's a very fast turnaround time.
Are you feeling okay?
when we get new books, and like if I actually start one like right away, that says something.
Oh,
Granted, I did that with Abby Jimenez's book because it was one that I was anticipating for a very, very long time, and I was like, that is one where I will stop everything else I am reading, which is what I did, and I read it
in 2 days.
No, not even. It was like 24 hours.
Really?
But yeah, this one I'm not super far into. I'm over 50 pages in,
There you go.
and I've been excited to get back to it. It's not like a fast-paced book by any means, but I'm very intrigued by it. The very, very brief synopsis just says, the unbreakable bonds of family and love are explored in this brilliant and tender story. So what's really interesting about this one, and maybe it's something you or a loved one struggles with, but for me in particular, I can actually relate. This author, I don't know if she's struggling with it anymore. I feel like she has it much more under control now, but I love that she's bringing it to light, is that she struggles with OCD, and a lot of people automatically think OCD is like fixing fringes on a rug, or like you have to turn a knob or certain ways, like, or you have to do something a certain amount of times or whatever. Yes, that is the case for many people with OCD, but some people struggle with it differently when it's intrusive thoughts. So it's like a thoughts thing instead. And that's something I personally have struggled with. And so when I saw that that's what this book was about, I was like, oh my gosh, like it would have been nice if this book existed when I was like in the thick of it myself. So the author has struggled with it, and then she wrote a character kind of based on herself,
like that.
But it's still a fictional world and everything, but the main character has that same struggle. So I'm really intrigued by it, and it seems like it'll be like probably a heavy story overall, but also really heartfelt. And so yeah, I'm definitely excited to get further into it. But yeah, those are our Aardvark picks.
Those are Aardvark books. I mean,
they can do no wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely give them a look if you haven't taken a peek with them, because you won't be.
Yeah. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed.
I always tell people, I'm like, you can sign up, and if you don't like it, yes, you can be done. But I'm like, I don't think you're gonna want to be.
Yeah, and it's a great deal for $4 to try them out, because.
That's no harm.
I mean, that's a great deal for a brand new hardcover book that is very high quality.
Yes, and yes, they do still have they have their what do you call that?
Logo.
Their logo on it.
But it's very tasteful.
But I think it's very tasteful the way that they incorporate it.
Sometimes I don't even notice. Like this one.
This
just
one,
in the corner.
for example, is really cool. It's in the O. So sometimes they're more creative about it.
You can barely even see it.
Yeah, and then other times it is.
And they're not on the spines.
Yes, that's one really nice thing.
Really nice when you have them displayed. Our whole top row, almost of our bookshelf behind us, is all Aardvark for now,
most of them.
And it's gonna continue to grow because we're getting 6 books a month.
Getting more
from them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you have a good weekend. We're filming this a Saturday.
Yes.
We'll be posting it on Sunday.
Friday, but there have been.
You had book club.
Yes, I did have my in-person book club
last night.
So we are filming now.
Yes, you'll probably be seeing this on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday.
Whenever you get a chance to watch.
So check them out. This is episode 15. Go back and watch the other episodes if you're bored. If you're watching, make sure you give this a thumbs up, because that
is much appreciated.
It surprisingly is very helpful for some reason, but
does it help YouTube know to like push out our content more?
Yeah, the thumbs up and a comment.
Just like on Instagram, commenting is golden,
and
for
obviously
sure, and sharing.
Subscribing to our channel would be great. We're over 16, almost, we're nearing 1,700 subscribers, which is kind of cool. Yeah. It's kind of neat. But
we appreciate all the support.
That's enough blabbering.
The hanging out with us, and
enjoy your weekend.
We'll talk to you next time.